If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio. Then that haptic suit, so he purchases the haptic suit in game with the gaming currency, which for us lot will probably be Ethereum or something like that, or Sol. I personally think Sol, which is Solana. I think that's probably the most scalable option, but ETH is already entrenched, so who knows where that goes. But obviously, it could be Engine Coin, something like that. That makes a lot of sense too. Solana and Engine could partner. Who knows what happens, man? The future's going to be crazy. But he purchases it with in-game coins, and then it arrives at his house in real life. Okay? He unboxes it, puts it on, goes into the game, and now he's wearing that suit in-game where he can do multiple things. That suit that he's wearing, connected to the game, in the game, allows him to do a lot more with it. Do you know how powerful that is, guys? Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about crypto and gaming, and how knowledge of gaming and experience in gaming is going to give you a leg up on everybody else in crypto. Okay, maybe not everybody else, but it's going to give you a giant leg up on people who are experts in crypto. Okay, so somebody could work for a hedge fund and they'll make money off crypto, etc. They'll make money off different, coins that they're looking into. They'll do tons of research, whatever. They've got teams behind them, algorithms, etc. But they don't have the most important aspect, okay, when it comes to the gaming tokens, the gaming coins, whatever, all the platforms. And that's the experience. And this is how I got into crypto to begin with. I thought it would be a smart idea to use something that I've been doing since I was 4 years old, which is gaming. Okay, so I started looking around. I heard that there were like gaming coins, so I started having a little scout around. And I found two coins. One was called Engine and one was called Mana Coin. Okay? When I went on YouTube, there was maybe 2 videos on both of those coins. One on Engine from Engine themselves, the actual company, and one from Mana, which was, I think it was one news report from, I think it was almost like a short documentary where they were talking about this person had purchased this and it cost him 100 grand. He's not selling it until it's worth $1 million. And I started thinking, okay, this is really interesting. And I brought on all that information, whatever, I wasn't experienced in crypto, had no idea what I was doing, but I was experienced in gaming. And that really interests me. So I got really excited about the possibilities and put some funds into both of them, okay? But then something happened. Then I went and watched the film Ready Player One. And specifically this clip right here that I'll play for you now.
The coins?
As soon as I took the key, all the coins just appeared in my account.
I'll tell you what, I'm soiling my haptics right now. What the hell's a cataclysm?
A bomb. Kills every avatar on the planet, even the owner.
Who want that?
IOI. They buy everything. 20,000 for the holy hand grenade? That's a steal. Whoa! Zemeckis cube. I need one of those.
Okay, don't spend all your money.
X1 haptic boot suit. Oh, yeah.
Okay? Now in that clip, there's a few things that stuck out to me. Number one, that's coming in the future. Okay, definitely coming in the future. Like in terms of Mana, the way it's laid out, which is Decentraland, that was very similar. It's almost like a VR world where you can just stroll around, you can see stuff, it's like an open world area. That was almost like the Oasis, but the first version of it, because there has to be a first version of everything to get to the end goal. And then the ability to, the marketplace in that video looks amazing. Imagine walking around there with your friends, seeing shit, deciding what to buy. Imagine being on like Warzone and seeing like a custom gun or one of those, what do they call them, rose skin suits. Like imagine seeing that for the first time and being like, shit, I'm going to buy one of those with real money or with Ethereum and actually buying it, okay? That got me excited. But the thing that got me most excited was the second part, where he purchases the item, the haptic suit. Then that haptic suit, so he purchases the haptic suit in game with the gaming currency, which for us lot will probably be Ethereum or something like that, or Sol. I personally think Sol, which is Solana. I think that's probably the most scalable option, but ETH is already entrenched, so who knows where that goes. But obviously it could be Engine Coin, something like that. That makes a lot of sense too. Solana and Engine could partner. Who knows what happens, man. The future's going to be crazy. But he purchases it with in-game coins, and then it arrives at his house in real life, okay? He unboxes it, puts it on, goes into the game, and now he's wearing that suit in-game where he can do multiple things. That suit that he's wearing, connected to the game, in the game, allows him to do a lot more with it. Do you know how powerful that is, guys? As a gamer myself, I game less now, but I used to game all the time, like 4, 5, 6 hours a day when I was younger. That is crazy. That is insane. That just blows my mind. That you'll be able to... that's not only for stuff that you can purchase outside, you know, like a modded controller that now you've got when you're in the game. Certain things happen which make it quicker. You know, that sort of shit is going to be really cool. Or the haptic suit or an omnidirectional treadmill or something like that, which moves at double speed that makes you quicker. All that stuff's going to be so fucking cool, right? Or attachments for a gun that you're actually holding. Like, it's going to be insane. That's blowing my mind. But there's also going to be stuff in-game that you don't have to have delivered to you. But that just kind of got me thinking. I was like, wow, Engine Coin could end up being like the Amazon marketplace for gaming in the crypto world, in like a decentralized manner. It just blew my mind. Imagine if Amazon said tomorrow we're going to go into crypto and gaming, okay? And we're going to link everything that we have to all of these games, and when you buy stuff, you receive it in real life. We're going to partner with Oculus Rift or whatever, and when you're playing Warzone next time, you're going to be stood on a treadmill with a gun, you know, and you're going to be walking around shooting people, throwing frags. You know, we're going to find a way to do it and sell some technology, and then there's going to be upgradables and upsells and what. I mean, it probably wouldn't work right now, but I'm just saying, like, imagine in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, if that all comes together, and you got into a coin like Engine or Mana. Well, I'll explain Mana in a minute. It's a little bit different. But you got into Engine in the early days, which I did. Now, I didn't know back then. I didn't have the experience. I sold all of my Engine and Mana. I made a lot of money, okay? I would have made a fuck ton more if I had kept them today, because they've skyrocketed a lot more. Now, I could buy back in. I can buy more, whatever. And I'm just weighing up the landscape at the moment, kind of getting back into the gaming circle, because obviously it made me so much money. But I spotted those two coins when nobody else in the industry was talking about them. The reason I was able to do that is because I had experience of gaming, and I could kind of tie the two together and realize how cool I thought that was. So many other people will probably think the same. And that's why you guys out there who say, I've got zero crypto experience, well, of course it matters, of course it does, but you can have a massive advantage just based on your intuition in an area like gaming that you're obsessed with. It's like the coin Chiliz, CHZ. I knew that when they started releasing fan tokens for teams like AC Milan, Juventus, PSG, I was like, oh, this is going to pop. And I did a little bit of research on them. Oh, it turns out that they're going to try and own that space and become like the fan token for everybody. And here's what the fan token can offer. And I was like, well, this coin's going to blow up. Over the next few months, it just skyrocketed because I have a knowledge of sports and football and stuff like that. So it just made perfect sense to me. And that's the advantage that you have, and especially in gaming, because gaming is in its infancy, okay? We've barely scratched the surface with how good games could be. Like, we look at a game like Warzone or Fortnite or whatever, and we think is amazing. It's terrible. They're terrible, really, when you think about it. You know, you're sat there with a controller. Imagine how much more experience we have to go. Like, if it does become like Ready Player One, and it's very immersive, and you're walking around and you're interacting, and it becomes like the Oasis, where it is a virtual reality world where you can have a dual identity. You know, we already see people like Nick Merckx, the Warzone YouTuber. You know, we saw Ninja years ago. These guys have got dual personalities. I think they call it online duality or something like that. Well, a lot of these guys, in real life, he's just Nick or whatever Ninja's name was. But then to the gaming world, they're like superheroes. They're completely different people. You know, you put Nick Merckx in an actual war zone, he's dead in like 5 seconds. On that game, he's untouchable. And everyone has this dual identity. Now imagine if that becomes like VR. Like, people are going to just live in these games. That's what's going to happen. You know, you're going to worry more. The point I'm trying to get to is people currently worry more about their Instagram profile than how they look in real life. You know, because people are using filters and all that shit, whatever. People are faking lives online, but they don't really care about how they're living in real life. They just want people to believe that they're living great. Well, imagine that in a gaming sphere. Imagine if you go and something is $1,000, whatever. It's the best gun ever invented on this first-person shooter. And you just think to yourself, well, if I buy this, all my friends are going to think I'm great. You know, this is going to push me up to another level. My kill-to-death ratio is going to go through the roof. That is worth so much to people in this era, and only gamers will understand that. Okay, like, I play FIFA on full manual controls, always have done, I love it. If I can get slightly better or find something that makes me slightly better, it's really fun. Okay, because then my friends see me do it and they're like, oh wow, that's amazing. It's a nice feeling, okay? When people are playing games, if they get that final clutch kill, you know, there's 3 or 4 guys and they've got the best gun and they take them all out, it makes them feel amazing. To some people, that would be worth $1,000. Okay, that would be worth more than going and buying like Gucci shoes or something in real life. And then people going, wow, you've got Gucci shoes, you're amazing. They'd be like, yeah, but I'm not getting 50 kills on Warzone. You know, people's online duality, like the gaming side of it, in terms of that online duality, that is more important to people now than anything else. Like, there's people who are sat there out of shape, eating shit food, doing nothing with their life, to be honest. And then they're going on something like Warzone or Fortnite and they're killing the game, they're streaming it, and they're like celebrities. Everybody wants to be them. But in real life, they're not that impressive. But the gaming world has made them a superstar. The point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that passion and drive to be the best in an alternative world, should I say, will be enough to carry a lot of these coins forwards in a manner that you've never seen. And talking of mana, there's a coin called Mana, that's what I was talking about earlier, which is Decentraland. Here's where it gets really, really, really fucking interesting for me and you guys and whatever, okay? Now, Decentraland is basically like the Oasis, but a shit version. Like I said, it's a virtual reality world. It's very similar to something like Crypto Voxels, which is pretty cool. I think Mana is probably better in terms of the graphics and whatnot. That's the thing we have as gamers. We can look at the graphics and the gameplay and go, that's good, that's shit. That one's going to do better. Like, we just know that. Whereas a 60-year-old crypto hedge fund owner will do as much research and machine learning as possible. He'll hire an expert. They still won't know as much as us. Okay? They might recognize patterns and whatever and lines of resistance and stuff like that. You cannot beat somebody who just knows what the fuck they're talking about. And that's the advantage that I had in gaming. And with Mana, okay, Decentraland, you can kind of build your own virtual reality world, okay? The users are building it. People are buying land. This is the important thing, okay? People are buying. Somebody has built a shop or something. They built it 2 stories high. It looks amazing. Where the people start the game. So like on a game, you land here. It's the first shop in front of you. Well, the first person to ever buy that might have bought it for like 10,000. Now imagine if it becomes like the Oasis, where the whole world is online doing virtual reality. The next generation are like, hey, this is cool, we're going to jump on there. Let's say it has 1 billion active users per day. How much is that first shop going to be worth if that's where everybody lands? You know, you just land, bang, done. First thing you see is the Apple Store. And the Apple Store, you can go in, because go and search it, guys, like Decentraland and Crypto Voxels and stuff like that. You can walk in and you can have a look around. The whole NFT thing that people are hearing about now, that was first kind of starting on there, because they had like houses or buildings where they were displaying art and you could buy that art. That was like the original NFT before all this mainstream shit popped off when people are talking about OpenSea and stuff like that. This was happening on Mana first. Okay, it was somewhat happening on Engine because people were creating custom swords for games that you could play cross-platform, which is really cool. You know, you can have one avatar and that avatar plays across, you know, multiple different games, and that's going to be the future. You can have one character that plays in all different games. That's really cool as well. And then who knows if you sold that character, you see what I mean, and you buy things for that character, and people are wearing the same clothes as you. There's whole fashion industries that would be connected to all of this. There's so much that would go on outside the world. But on the topic of that Apple store, okay, imagine if that's the first thing you saw. Now, I'll put this into real world context, because Warzone is probably the biggest game in the world right now. I haven't checked, but I'd imagine it has something like 50 million daily users, daily players. I might be way off. I mean, it might be like 100, 200 million. But I'm just thinking of people who are young, like too young to play it, people who are too old to play it, adults, whatever. You know, people under 40, maybe they've had like 100 million downloads, but I think on a daily basis, maybe like 50 million people play this game. I might be way off, it might be lower, but it seems about reasonable. Now imagine if anybody who's played it, the stadium. Okay, the football stadium that's in like kind of the middle of the map. Imagine if they put up billboards outside that stadium, and those billboards were showing ads and all the wrapping around the stadium, kind of the architecture, whatever. They were like, right, this is going to be a billboard. You can put whatever you want on it. They contact McDonald's, they contact Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Netflix, Apple, whatever. They contact all these companies, and they say, we're going to start a bidding war. We're going to start a bidding war. What we're going to do is we're going to advertise these screens and these billboards, whatever, and people can use the pay station, the buy station. People can use that buy station outside the stadium to buy shit from your store. Okay, so let's say it's McDonald's. So people are playing Warzone, whatever. They go up to the stadium. There's an advert for like a triple cheeseburger with fries and a shake. And the person's playing, they're like, damn, I'm really hungry actually. They walk up to the buy station. They use in-game currency, which they've built up. Maybe it's Ethereum, maybe it's Engine. Who knows what it's going to be at the time. You know, it could be a custom. I don't know who makes Warzone, but it could be like a Warzone coin or something that you actually have to spend money on, or you build up in another manner, whatever. You buy that. You buy that McDonald's or that pizza from Domino's, whatever. It arrives at your house. You buy it in the game on the screen because you've just seen a fucking ad for it on the stadium, and it arrives at your house in real life. And you're eating the pizza that you just bought on the video game that you were playing, that was advertised on the video game that you were playing, where 50 million people were playing in that single day. Can you see the potential of these coins, guys? And this is just the start. Imagine if it becomes like the Oasis, where you can actually walk around like Ready Player One, and you can actually potentially pick things up. Look at them. Look at some shoes. There's on Mana, Decentraland. That's what they've got. They've got shoe stores where people have designed shoes and whatever, and they're selling them online. Like people, like let's say my supplements, for example. I could have my supplements advertised in like, I could build like a fake gym on Decentraland or something, where you can just like stroll around and see shit, whatever. I don't know what it might be. And I'm selling the supplements in the gym. So it's kind of, maybe I create my own gym equipment, stuff like Gymshark have, like gym tops and stuff like that, plus the supplements. And they're all available in the shop, but in virtual form. So you can walk around, you can see pictures of them, you can pick them up, have a look at them, see the t-shirts, you know, and you can buy them and they come to your house. But you've done that through that virtualized world. That blows my mind. Okay? Now, this isn't financial advice. I have to say this now. Somebody reminded me, okay, because it's come back around. It's just my opinion. I'm just an excited individual who knows crypto and knows gaming and can see the potential, okay? But this isn't financial advice to you. Still go and do your research and ask an actual financial advisor or whatever what you should do. But in my humble opinion, the next big thing to come out of kind of the gaming sphere as such, in terms of crypto, is Sandbox. I'm looking at Sandbox and I'm thinking this could be a potential Minecraft replacement. It just looks so good. It looks very, very high quality. The amount of shit you can do, you can buy land, you know, everything that comes with it. It's just like a massive virtual reality world. It's very, very clever the way they've done it. You can custom build a lot of things and then sell those items. Eventually, they're going to hand it over to the users. So it's going to be ran by the gaming community that actually play that game, which is already a 40 million individual user base, which is massive. They've got a pre-existing audience of 40 million people. And it's currently less than $1. You know, look, like I'm saying, it's not financial advice, but I'm going to go in heavy on Sandbox, because you'll be able to make games on Sandbox. And I just think, you know, you can sell NFTs on there as well. I just think the entire thing is just one giant marketplace. It's just going to go from strength to strength. And you might look at it now and be like, well, it's not that good. It's not as good as current games. Guys, this is the start. The shit that they're trying to do, this is the start of it, okay? Imagine where that goes. Imagine if Sandbox upgrades another 10 levels or just grows as a company and introduces new games or whatever. And other people can build games on that. Like, imagine how crazy that's going to become. Imagine how insane that's going to become with all the other things that we discussed. That is insane. Like, for example, I looked at Engine Coin the other day. A lot of people said that they're moving into real estate in real life, okay? What you got to do, guys, is connect the dots. The reason they're going into real estate in real life is because, yeah, they have an easier way to do it, okay? You don't have to have the agency fees, etc. You can just look at a house you want. You can probably do a 3D tour, go, yeah, I like it, I like the area, bang, buy. You contact the person, the contract goes straight through, the money's exchanged within, I don't know, 15 minutes, bang, done. The house is yours. There's no middlemen, there's no fees, there's no bollocks that comes with it, there's no viewings. Like, it's easier and cheaper for everybody involved, and it's probably safer, right? Okay, so all that shit's happened. Fantastic. But I look at it as Engine are using that as practice, because I think if there's anything that's more valuable than real life real estate or real life land, is virtual real estate and virtual land, because you can just keep making it. Okay, if you have a map which is this big, you can just make it that big, and now you have double the real estate. And then you move something over here and over there and over there, and you manipulate the map and you make this a new zone. Oh, this is a new, like Hudson Yard in New York. Imagine, like, when that popped up, like how powerful that real estate was. You can do that on a daily fucking basis in a virtual world. And people can be like, wow, this whole new area is beautiful. And you're just selling as many as you want. You can pop up a high-rise building in like 20 minutes. And if it's a virtual world where people actually want to be and they'd rather live on there, the online duality that I spoke about, where the online world is better than their real life world, so they spend more time and more money in there, and they care more about that. Like, how many more people care about their Warzone kill to death ratio than what's in their bank account? A lot of people, okay? So if you can do that in like 15, 20 minutes and knock up like an 80-story high-rise building with 2 penthouses, one on the east, one on the west, guys, imagine how much money you could make in like, I mean, there was that bad, I can't remember her name now, Bad Baby, is that her name, with the H's all included? She made like $1 million on OnlyFans in 24 hours. Like, just imagine, guys, like what you could do on a decentralized world like that, like a virtual reality world. How quick you could get that money coming in. That would be insane. Like, you could probably make something like 40 million in 24 hours just from selling that real estate on the most popular game. Like, just imagine right now if Warzone did actually say, I keep using Warzone because it's the most popular game, but if somebody said on Warzone, right now, we're going to start selling all the buildings. Every building that you see is now, every shed, whatever, is all up for grabs, okay? And when you start the game, you're going to start in that building if you own it. Everyone else is going to drop as normal, but if you own that building, if you own the stadium, if you own this or that or whatever, you own Superstore, which would probably be the most expensive, then that's where you're going to start. So instead of coming down, you're just gonna automatically spawn there. Your loadout's going to be there. You can have all your guns and all the other shit. Everything's going to be there, and you're allowed to store stuff, whatever. Imagine how much that would be worth. I'm pretty sure there'd be some gaming billionaire that would be like, I'll pay $1 million for Superstore. I'll pay $1 million for the stadium. Like, I'm pretty sure that would happen. You know, and then imagine if they gave power over to the creators, over to the gamers, sorry. And the gamers could build up this world, whatever, create unique items, create unique guns, put stuff together, and then sell that as like NFTs or like one-off purchasable items, and then set their own price, 20 ETH for this gun. Like, imagine how much money would be flooding into that economy. And how do you benefit from that? Well, you buy the coins, you buy the token. And that's where I see these things going. I think Engine's going to fly up even more. I think Decentraland's probably going to pop off a little bit more, which is Mana. I think Sandbox is going to blow. I think it's going to moon. Obviously, it's just my opinion. You all do your own research. I think the coin Super from Elio Trades, who I think is the best crypto information on YouTube. Elio Trades, that is. Go and have a look. I think he's the best. He owns Super. I think that's going to blow. I think these little games like Finding Alice, I think it's called, I don't think they're going to do... They might do well in the short term, but I don't think they're going to do too well over a long period of time. I think eventually they'll get overtaken by people who are coming up with unique ideas, coming up with unique projects, who are coming up with A-plus games that are real shit-hot games that you think, wow, you know, I could get addicted to this, rather than just some copy of like Farmville. That's what it feels like to me, okay? It doesn't feel that exciting. And there's a lot of games like that right now. But I like these bigger platforms that are looking at the bigger picture, because I feel like they could make their own games in the future, or games will use them. You know, if like Sandbox is partnered with Atari. If Atari bring out a great game, Sandbox are going to benefit. That's just the way I envision it. And I think if you're a gamer, you will be listening to this and you will be envisioning the possibilities in the next 5-10 years, and you'll be thinking, wow, I understand what Chris is talking about, and I have no idea about crypto. You will be thinking that, because that's what I was doing. I was watching these videos and I was thinking, I have no idea about crypto, but I get what these guys are talking about. I get the future. I understand where this is going. When I saw the engine video, I was like, wow, I know what's going on. I saw Ready Player One. I tied the two together, bang, made a load of money off it. If I had had more crypto knowledge, I would have stayed in there and made even a fuck ton more money on top of that. You know, so it is the blend of the two. But in order to make some money, gaming is your entry level, because most of us know what happens in games and stuff like that. Most of us have done this all our life. Most of us understand certain transactions, or the way that the games revolve around the community and what the community wants and what they're asking for and how much money they would spend and stuff like that on in-game upgradables. We know this, okay? If there's one unique item and you've got that item and you've got the best gun on the game, you know, or you've got the best costume, you know, it's little stupid things like that. Or if you've got the best house on the game or whatever, like little things like that. People love that sort of thing. It's online duality, guys. Your online identity is becoming more important now than your real life identity, which is crazy. But that's the world we're living in, and you can make a fuck ton of money off people who are doing this, who are spending on these things. And like I said, Sandbox has a 40 million existing audience from like mobile, and I think they were on maybe stream and stuff like that. Imagine now, guys. Imagine now if they've got a 40 million community who are playing the game, now that they add all of this extra stuff in, and there's in-game purchases going on, and NFTs, and they're selling land, etc. Yeah, there's multiple different areas. What's the one way to benefit from all of that? Well, you buy the Sand token, which you can actually get on Binance. There's 2 Sand. I think there's only 1 on Binance. But like I said, guys, not financial advice, just my opinion. I'm just some guy just telling you what... Yeah, I'm just getting excited. I'm just telling you what I think is going to happen, what I see. It's just my opinion. It means nothing. Go and do your own research. But that's a way into crypto, guys, and I think it's a very easy way to make a lot of money over the next 5 to 10 years. If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio.